Good morning, everyone. Welcome today to Miss England TV. A question we most often ask ourselves is, how do we help others? How do we truly do it? Today in the studio, we have two very special guests with us, Dr. Raj and Dr. Riya. Both of you have lived by this ethos and gone out their way to help others. Dr. Raj and Dr. Riya are also trustees of a registered UK charity, Anika Food Charity. So can you please tell me a little bit more about the work you do and about Anika Food Charity?
Yes, definitely. Basically, Anika Food Charity deals with several causes. For example, poverty, homelessness, food insecurity, food poverty, and mental health awareness.
So to all our viewers out there, what do you mean by food poverty and food insecurity?
Food insecurity is basically it's a state of being without reliable access to a sufficient amount of nutritious, affordable food. More than 800 million people live every day with hunger or food insecurity as their constant companion.
That's an excessive amount. You mentioned that Anika Food Charity deals with such large scale and prominent causes. So how do you do your share with Anika Food Charity?
Well, Anika Food Charity acts as a food bank. We give food to homeless individuals, single mothers and newborns, children, refugees, asylum seekers, suicide attempt victims, domestic violence victims, and of course homeless families. We also give food along with food hampers, sanitary kits, dental kits, baby essentials, toiletries, quilts, blanket and sleeping bags. We also provide the necessary support and counselling. We provide cooking classes and CV classing so that they can become independent and they can provide for themselves. And on top of that, we also work with the local churches.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
But with so many food banks already existing, why did you feel the need to do this?
Yes, there are numerous food banks out there, but with Anika Food Charity, we wanted to do something different. People just don't be given a hamper and then be dismissed. They want to be heard, they want to be listened to, and they want to be understood. But most of all, they want to be heard as well. At Anika Food Charity, we try and do more than that. We try to help in every way as much as we can.
And can I add one more thing? Most of the food banks, they expect basically people to come to them, and we realize that that many people have like a physical disability or learning disability and language problems, and we realize that the lack of awareness and knowledge, they can't basically come to the food banks. So what we do basically, Anika Food Charity has done, they have basically gone to these people, they have identified such people through the centers, through the social services, and we basically go to them and distribute the food. And also what we realize is that when we distribute this food, different people have different basically sort of requirements. For example, some have the religious belief not eating beef, some have religious belief like not eating pork. So we make sure that we cater to this requirement. And some people have like medical reasons, like that they have sugar problems or diabetics.
So on average, how many homeless families and individuals do you provide for?
On average, we provide to like 120, 150 people per week.
Wow, that's amazing. You have done several projects in the past with Anika Food Charity. So can you tell me a little bit more about your past projects?
Yeah, one of the past projects we have done is basically raising a fund, £8,000 in India for an NGO. And with this fund, we have basically contributed towards their education for underprivileged children, and also for their like dental checkup, medical checkup for their education, and providing their like dental kits, stationery, books, other things, and also running workshops as well. I think here I must emphasize that the founder Anika herself has volunteered to go there and run the workshops and classes for English, and also distributed the kits for dental hygiene kits or menstruation kits, and also made them awareness of this how important the dental oral hygiene is, and most of the people are not even aware of it, especially the young girls and women in slum areas. They were not even aware of they don't know how to use menstruation, hygiene. They were not aware of this menstruation hygiene, and I'm really glad to say that Anika really found quite shocking, and she volunteered to go there and run these classes in the slum areas and workshops and distribute it and raise the funds and towards this project.
So how does she raise these funds for the charity?
That's very important, to raise funds for the charity. And for Anika Food Charity, we basically made all our friends and relatives to start with aware what the kind of work we're doing it, and basically we appeal to this all our friends and relatives to basically donate the funds, and we showed them what kind of work we are doing it. And also Anika herself has run some events and participated in some events. For example, London Marathon, she went there and basically generated the funds, and also some Asian event fair like Baisakhi Mela.
So Anika Food Charity is also a Beauty with a Purpose project. So can you tell me a little bit more about that philosophy?
Okay, Anika Food Charity is also doing work for the Beauty with a Purpose, because as we know, Beauty with a Purpose is a worldwide charity, and they are doing wonderful work, especially for the children all around the world, for poor children. And what Anika Food Charity has done, they have generated the funds, charity funds, and contributed to the Beauty with the Purpose charity, and she has collected more than £4,000.
So you've mentioned about the dental aspects that you've covered with your own charity, Anika Food Charity, and also some dental aspects that Miss World's charity Beauty with a Purpose does. So can you talk a little bit more about the work that Anika Food Charity does and that also Beauty with a Purpose does?
Well, Anika Food Charity, she does many things, such as she provides transport for medical and dental checkup fees. She's done workshops on dental hygiene, tooth decay, oral hygiene, oral cancers, how to retain your oral cavity. And as for Miss World, they've done numerous things, numerous causes. But one of the things they have done, which was Miss World has looked into the cleft lip and cleft palate.
So you talked about Anika Food Charity's past projects. Can you tell me a little bit more about your upcoming projects?
Well, currently Anika Food Charity in India, we're currently trying to provide a sanitary pad making machine in a slum area in India.
Why did you feel the need to do this?
Because over 800 million women in India, they don't know anything about menstruation. 71% of young girls don't know anything about menstruation until they get their first periods. So this sanitary pad making machine, not only will it provide them with affordable pads, but will also provide them with a source of employment, because they'll be demonstrated on how to use the machine, and they can later sell the pads they make.
So you've had this amazing charity, Anika Food Charity, but where did the basis of this come from? What is your inspiration behind Anika Food Charity?
I think one of the reasons is I'm a doctor myself, and she's a doctor as well, and so we have this abundance of knowledge, and we feel that we are quite privileged in that respect, and we see there are lots of people out there who are not privileged like us. So one of the theory we have, like in our family, we always discuss about it, giving back to the universe, what we have, and that we're helping others. So the knowledge we have, and also the education they have, we thought if we can give back that knowledge and bring that awareness which people lack, especially in the poor and slum areas. So that was the main aim. And also while we're doing that, we noticed lots of other things. For example, people not having the food, they do not know about the food hygiene, they do not know about the menstruation hygiene. So that's how basically the birth of Anika Food Charity was occurred here. And initially we started with the food, and along this line we also basically giving them the knowledge and bringing all the awareness which they need. And also we realized that not only people need the food, but also they need the help, for example in their career, in the guidance, for example CV writing, how to apply for the jobs, so these are the basic things. So they wanted a charity people, not only provide them food but also to listen to them. And that's why we realized it that setting up Anika Food Charity could do a very pivotal role here, and that was the main purpose of it, and that's where we got inspiration from. So it's a mixture of like lots of things, the knowledge, our education background, and our basically the thinking of giving back to universe and interacting with those people, listening to them, and that's how we basically came up with this idea, and we are working on it, and we are really proud that Anika is taking a very good lead on it, and she's taking initiative, and she's really finding it very satisfying, this experience.
So you operate predominantly in the UK and in India,
Mm-hmm.
and you've helped a lot of people in the UK, and you found one of the main problems is food poverty, food insecurity. So what do you hope to achieve with Anika Food Charity? What would you like the end to be?
I think we want to bring this awareness to the people, that most of the people even don't realize that there could be poverty in England. We are in the impression, the whole world is in the impression that there is no poverty here, and especially when the recent changes in the legislation about universal credit, there are many people who are very educated and they're doing very good jobs, but still they can't afford their either mortgage or the rent, and they don't have money for the food. And the people are coming to the Anika Food Charity, and also we are distributing the food to them. We're going to them as well, and to bring this awareness to the people, not only the people who are receiving it, to other people as well, by attending these events, organizing these events, to make them realize it that is happening in UK as well, in England as well. So that is one of the most aim of sending this message to our people in the society, to the community. Yes, there are people here who are having lots of issues and lots of problems, and most important is basically the mental health awareness, which could be coming from the food insecurity, or fear of being homelessness, or going through the stage of homelessness. This stress, this distress give rise to the mental health problems, which is become quite prevalent in our society. And so that's the whole aim, and that's what we're going to achieve, that bring more people, to make them aware in the society, so bring the more food for the people who basically needs it, and guide them, help them, so that they can stand on their feet, and other people can also join us and join our what we are trying to do it, achieve it, and that's why we can empower especially the women, and we can uplift the society, basically the lower section of the people who could stand on their own feet, and hopefully in future, in time to come, we can eradicate with the help of the community, with the help of the government, with the help of all the people around us.
Okay, so do you work with anybody else?
Miss England Charity. We have raised over £4,000 for it. It helps disadvantaged children worldwide, and it has a lot of limelight on it. So that's what we're hoping to do with Anika Food Charity, by joining with Beauty with a Purpose, to bring awareness to our charity and its causes. And I found Miss Anika Walia. She's also a Miss England Finalist, and she's won the Charity Queen Award.
So with your charity, do you have any other partners? Like, do you work with the churches? How do you go about doing it?
Yes, we have lots of people basically who have joined us. Those who are also receiving the foods, there are some people who actually joined us to distribute the food to others and to identify other people similar like them. And this is how our group is slightly growing. And mostly we started with the family. We have the trustees of the family members, but now we've got lots of people who are joining us and helping us to basically help others.
So to all our viewers out there, how can they help Anika Food Charity?
Yes, we like to appeal to all the viewers outside who are watching this channel. Please donate the money generously to this charity, Anika Food Charity, as for this noble cause. And any money, small money, would definitely help to others who are basically deserve to get this help at this stage. And they can follow us.
Our links, our Just Giving page, our Facebook page, especially our and also our website, because there we've mentioned all the works we've done, all the projects we're currently trying to do, and all our upcoming projects. And we've listed everything there, so if they want to learn about anything, they can just see it there.
Okay, Dr. Riya, Dr. Raj, thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. This is Anika Walia, and you're watching Miss England TV.
Thank you very much for inviting us.